Today's episode of PTG is brought to you by the one and only Trans Labs that brought the world two amazing products. First off, Transfuse, which is a hydration multiplier, and most recently, they just dropped Transcend, which is a nootropic energy formula. No matter what you use, when you choose Trans Labs, you are going to be boosted and you are going to be ready to charge the paintball field and win out there. With Transfuse, that is a premium rapid hydration multiplier and immunity fortifying formula scientifically designed to replenish you at the cellular level. And they use all natural ingredients in this product. We've got zinc, we've got vitamin B6, we've got vitamin C, sodium, potassium, choline, and it is an amazing way to make sure that you're hydrated and prepared to play top-level paintball. When it comes to Transcend, that is a premium nootropic energy formula designed to increase cognitive performance, elevate mood and clarity while supporting long-term brain health, and it's going to leave you feeling great with no crash or jitters. It's one of the only products in the nootropic space backed by research studies to ensure the formula is correct for optimal performance. It is more potent than anything on the market, and it will keep you charged and ready to win out there. I take 1 scoop, but if you're stimulant sensitive, take a half scoop, and if you want that LFG dose to launch to the moon, dump 2 scoops in your drink and you are going to be flying down that paintball field. Comes in 2 delicious flavors, Baja Blast and Skittles Candy for the Transcend. And for the Transfuse, they have 2 new flavors as well, Pineapple Express and Hawaiian Punched. So if you get a chance, head over to translabs.com. That's TRANZLABS.com. Use code PLAYTHEGAME and you'll get 10% off. If you subscribe to a monthly delivery service, you also get 10% off as well. So you can take advantage of 20% off on these products. Head over to translabs.com and give it a go. This episode is brought to you by Lone Wolf Paintball. They are an amazing online supplier and have been around since the beginning of the game as Michigan's premier paintball field and paintball supplier since 1987. They are rapidly expanding into the online retail space and supplying everything you need to be the best paintball player you can be. They have got it all. Head over to lonewolfpaintball.com and shop all of your favorite brands. And they also boast amazing customer service and will have this out to you with same-day shipping, which is amazing. It's always nice to know that your stuff is on its way immediately so you can start to use it that very next weekend of play. Check out their YouTube, Lone Wolf Paintball, and their Instagram, @LoneWolfPB, and stay up to date with all of their deals and sales. Play the Game podcast is immensely honored to have them on board, and we cannot wait for you guys to check out lonewolfpaintball.com and become a part of their community.
Welcome back to the PTG show, everybody. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This episode, Tyler and I kick back. We make some phone calls. We call some people in, and we have some good conversation about some current events. We're heading to Boston for the summer camp. Summer camp is epic. Yeah, it's just a good little send-off, farewell conversation before we take off for the week. So without further ado, we're going to hop in the show.
That was an insane inside move by Marcelo Margot. Great communication.
And the crowd starts chanting Harmon.
Great shot by all the guys. So Tyler Harmon saved that game.
He came out with 2 wins. Marcelo Margot was on fire.
Marcelo Mantis Show, episode 150, PTG World. This is it. We got it. This is another fun one. We're going to have some guest callers coming in and going over a bunch of cool topics like the WCPPL, BKi, and it's a celebration, episode 150. Let's go, Marcelo. How you doing?
Good, man. That's crazy. 150.
Yeah.
Episode 150. I do got to apologize here publicly to Joe Barrett. I know.
Joe.
I know. He did want it to be episode 150, and I had every intention of him being 150. It just didn't line up with what happened with the Maddie show and the disaster there. Speaking of, to all the listeners, thank you guys so much for the support. We did go and record the second episode with Maddie 2 nights after the first one last week. And it was one of the better conversations. Yeah, on Thursday. It's one of the better conversations that we've ever had. And Maddie's computer crashed at the very end of it. So we lost everything. And somehow the platform that we have like uploads some of the file every so often, but it's all locally. And so I was able to piece together, like I would get a portion of it would show his video, and then it would have our video, and then his audio, and then our audio, and then it was all blended all which ways. It was crazy. So I didn't have time to do it before I left for New York, obviously. And I just got back last night. That's a whole nother story. My travel to get home last night was chaos. I'm sure a lot of you have been dealing.
Yeah, the airlines have been crazy. I gotta say, Marcelo, dude, you pulled through in a major way with the editing on this and bringing that show to life, because it is a really, really good show. And we were devastated, like literally heartbroken all weekend, because we've been trying to piece this show together for the community. It's the Maddie Marshall saga continues, part 2 of the new run that we did.
The Lost Tapes.
The Lost Tapes. Yeah, man. Oh my God. That was just like, at the end of the night, we were so juiced because we got that such a great episode. And then we were like, it went just crashing. We were like, what is happening?
I wanted to cry. I mean, I truly wanted to cry. I was so upset over it because we spent so much time and it was such a good conversation. It got spicy too. You know, we definitely got into the weeds and some topics. But I was able to salvage most of it. It took so long to line up the audio too. Like, I had to pair the conversations right, so we're like not talking over each other. It was it was a lot. It was a lot. But I worked on that pretty much all morning, and it is live right now. So if you guys are listening to this, hopefully you've already listened to the Maddie show. It was fantastic. And again, a lot of sympathy for anyone who's been traveling. I was supposed to have a direct flight from Boston back to San Diego Sunday night, last night. Arrive in San Diego at 9:30 p.m. I was hoping to get started on the show last night, and then we have a lot of stuff to do today. We're going to do this show, obviously, and then we are packing. I have a 6 a.m. flight back to Boston for the summer camp, which we're super excited about. I'm sure a lot of you are wondering why I didn't just stay out there. Well, the show is why. Had to come back and show some love for PTG. Got to get another episode out to the people.
Let's go.
Do a little bit of laundry and repack and stuff, and then I'll get out there. But I'm so excited for summer camp, man. Ty, so excited to have you at summer camp.
Yes.
First timer.
Yes, sir. Oh, dude, I'm over the moon. I can't wait to see everybody out there. We're going to have a great time. It's just the most solid training, hands-on that you can have in this paradigm that we're part of, paintball. We're right there giving you all the details, letting you know exactly how we process situations, how we look at certain ways of approaching a bunker, or how we communicate. All of the things that we go over as top pros, we're able to just have great conversations out there and really hardwire the community to play the best paintball that they possibly can. And it's from Wednesday all the way until Sunday. Is that correct?
So everyone, orientation's on Wednesday. Everybody arrives Wednesday. We do try to do a little bit of, we do a meet and greet Wednesday night. Sometimes there's a little bit of learning, and then yes, it's all the way through to Sunday. So Thursday is like solely focused on individual skills. Shout out, we got some PTG fam that's going to be out there too. Shout out to Maggie, Fab. I hope I'm not forgetting anybody else, but I know those two for sure are going to be out there. Well, Maggie's still waiting to see if she can get time off work, but she has the trip booked, which is so awesome.
Is going to be in the house.
Oh, Dizon. Yeah. Dizon's always there. He's an OG Day One summer camp legend. Yep. 100%. Yeah. Dizon is like the people's champ out there, dude.
He is
amazing. So yeah, it's, Thursdays we focus on individual skill sets. We do a lot of fundamental type drills. We really spend the whole day on honing in on the fundamentals, right? Give you a great foundation so that you're prepared to move on to the next day, which, on Friday we start adding a couple bodies and talking a little bit of, philosophy and overall field theory, and get into some 2-on-2s, 3-on-3 kind of situations. And then Saturday is full field, 5-on-5s. We really get into the meat of everything, right? We also will be playing a little bit with the summer campers. Sometimes we do a big woods ball game. We'll do 10 of us versus the 50 campers. That's always fun. And there's like a huge hill out in Boston in the woods. So we get the hill and you got to take us down. It's really fun. And then Sunday is a tournament.
What about kick the can paintball style? Is that out there?
This year it might be. Yeah, this year it might be.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Sounds amazing.
100%. Yeah. So it's a ton of learning. And then each night we go over film and different courses in what we call the classroom. So when we go back to the campsite, we have a projector, we have a big screen, and hook it up to the laptop. And, we go over stuff from the day. We go over, all the concepts we kind of discussed. So it's paintball 24/7. We have a private chef. Shout out to Carmen. Carmen is the man. He cooks
Yeah,
the
Carmen.
most amazing food. So private chef out there hooks us up with breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's it's going to be awesome. I'm excited. Summer camp is truly one of the best events of the year. So really excited to get back out there. It is going to be hot. This year is going to be hot. It's supposed to be 95 degrees and it's really humid. So that's a little brutal, but be ready. Bring your transfuse. Make sure you've got the transfuse and make sure you have, we'll have everything with, as far as waters and Gatorades and all that kind of stuff, but start preparing now. If you're going to summer camp, get some water in you now because it's a lot of work. It's going to be hot. It's not easy. We work hard. It's supposed to be fun, but we really put in a lot of work. So
that's what it takes, man. Use code Play the Game on that transfuse and you'll be hydrated and ready to go. And honestly, that's the mantra, like the motto, right? We always are preaching, you got to do the work, you got to clock in. And that's definitely going to be happening this weekend. So make sure that you have got your water, done your stretches, and ready to get active and play some paintball. BKi, it's going to be amazing.
Absolutely. Lori from Boston actually just posted the summer camp jerseys. They look really dope. Oh
no way.
Gosh.
What do they look like?
Teaser of them. Little teaser. It looks like it has the skyline on the jerseys. All the campers get jerseys, 2 jerseys, I think 2 jerseys. Maybe not.
So
maybe
like the Boston skyline on the jersey there.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. And
Dude,
it
that's
says,
awesome.
That's kind of funny. It says, "This is our fucking city" on the jersey.
Let them know, Lori.
Let them know, Lori.
Let them know.
Shout out to the Queen one time.
Yes,
Oh,
and Boston.
So
East Coast paintball is amazing. I love it out there.
Yep, 100%.
Let's go East Coast.
Yeah, I've been very fortunate. I was literally just at their field. That's where I was in Boston. So I flew into New York. Met up with the New York Wrecking Crew guys. We drove 3 hours from JFK to Connecticut to go to Matt's Outback. Shout out to Tom and Matt's Outback for everything they do. It's a fantastic field. Actually, one of the guys that work there want you and I to go out and do a clinic, Ty. We should definitely take them up on that. The field is beautiful. They have an amazing league in the OPS. So we went out there, competed in the OPS on Saturday. Team got the win, and then we drove an hour and a half to Boston Saturday night, stayed the night there, woke up, and had a field to ourselves at Boston Paintball, another just dynamite facility. I mean, Anthony and Lori do such a fantastic job with that location, and had a field to ourselves. And it's so cool to be able to play a one-day event with the team, and then the very next day go and work on all the stuff. Even though we won, there was a lot of mistakes. There was so much stuff that I realized, okay, we really need to work on this. We spent the whole day working on those situations that were specific to what they just went through.
Yeah. If you don't mind me asking, what situations, what kind of things did you guys feel like you still needed to work on to take the team to the next level?
Yeah. So, I don't mind at all. It was, we kept getting caught when other teams would set traps. Right. Mm-hmm. And there would come a moment in a point where, we would be in control. It'd be a 5-on-4, 5-on-3, 4-on-3, and the point would kind of get stale, right? And as soon as it would get stale, I'd watch someone on the other team kind of go into like an inset bunker and just post up on the outside of one of our, and I just saw it all going down, and you could feel the tension on our side of the field where like communication kind of drops a little bit. And I could tell that our players didn't really know how to figure it out because the other team wasn't showing them anything and engaging with them. Right. So it was the processing of, okay, what's going on? We need to figure out how to win this point. How do we find that body? How do we find that trap? And then specifically one point, we had a 5-on-2 that we lost. Actually, no, I apologize. We did end up winning it, but we almost lost it. We had 3 of our snake players run down and get shot by the same guy that was just laying down playing possum in the snake, right? And I was like, guys, listen, if one guy gets caught by a trap, okay, but 2 guys cannot get caught by the same trap, right? And as a 2 or a 3, that just comes down to being aware of how your teammates get shot. That's a big part of what we do, right? Like I know, Ty, if you're, on the field, it's 5-on-5 and Chad George makes a move from the insert bunker into the snake and he gets shot on the inside, it rings a bell in your head that there's probably someone in the center, so if somebody was up there undetected, now they should be detected. But if your 2s and 3s don't have the awareness of how your front players are getting shot, then a trap can really, really mess things up for your whole team.
That's actually a huge talking point because you should be using the players around you as almost like a testing system as well. Like if you
Yeah.
don't just
Yeah.
be in your world that you forget that you have a bunch of resources around you to communicate with, and also be observant of their moves. If you see one of your players making a move and they get eliminated in an unorthodox way, you've got to really start questioning yourself and asking good questions to the teammates around you to figure out exactly what's going on. Because once again, we talk about this all the time, Marsh, is those bits of information that we need, the elimination count, where we're positioned, where they're at, how we're going to win the game. Those are the big details that you have to have hammered out. So if you're in question on any of those 4 items there, you need to definitely start asking good questions so that you can make a good solution to the problem, because there's obviously something that you guys don't know about out there. So it's just really important to don't just be so playing the game that you're lost in your own world and not observing the players around you. If they make a good move and get shot in a weird way, you got to be observant of that as well.
Absolutely. It's such a big one. It really is such a big one. And it's high
Yeah.
level stuff, like the teams that I work with, the Misfits, and we're actually going to call the owner of the Misfits, owner
Shawn.
and player Shawn Moe in a little bit here. They're getting ready for the WCPPL. Skinny Kevin was out in Vegas, helping them prepare this last weekend while I was in New York. But them and Wrecking Crew, we work on high level stuff. The bar for them is the pro division, or the pro way, at least. I'm not trying to teach them, Division 3 philosophy. I'm teaching them, and I know you do with your teams as well, I'm teaching them pro level philosophy, and not even just pro level, but high level pro philosophy. The stuff that our teams, struggle with, even at our level. And so it's really important to the game. But if, it starts with having the conversation, right? At first you have to be aware of, like, okay, that's a mistake. Okay, too many of us are getting caught by, one person. So if you start with that, at least you're aware of it. And then, the next time it happens, you can at least say, hey, maybe this was the mistake. If I would have been looking that way and seen this move and seen my player get shot, maybe I could have stopped that. And the more times that happens, the more that you do that becomes a little more second nature, and it becomes part of the game. And then eventually your teammate makes a move and gets shot on the inside, and you go, hey guys, caution the middle, right? And you go, oh my gosh, hey, I just found a body based off of something that happened to my teammate,
Absolutely.
There's another way too. Like, if you're down bodies and say you're crossed up, right? And you're looking at your teammate, you can tell so you're looking, you're looking Dorito way. You're on the snake side looking Dorito way. Your teammate's on the Dorito side looking snake way, right? If your teammate starts like really sucking in and shooting, like it looks like somebody's running down the field, that's your cue to turn really quick and shoot the player that's coming down the tape. That's your cue to break the cross for 1 second and get the kill and then come back. You can read that body language, but if you're not aware of it, you're not even looking for it, right? So you're never going to make that read. But this kind of stuff, playing off the body language of your teammates, is so important. And that's in so many parts of the game too. Like, just knowing when your teammate wants to attack can allow you to help. You can see in their body language when they want to go. If they give like one little rap and they're looking, you're like, hey, what do you need? Dalton, I know you want to go. I got the back left for you. So if you rap, you put the back center and you can make that move. That kind of stuff is so important.
Absolutely. And what we always talk about too is like, ask yourself what's stopping you as well. Your teammates should be looking to go, and if you can do anything to help them, you should be doing your damnedest to put yourself on the line to help your teammate get to where he needs to go, or she, because they're going to be able to get a lot of eliminations off those moves. So it's in your best interest for the overall parameters of the team to do that. And reading that body language is absolutely imperative for success out there. You're not going to be able to win tournaments if you're not really connected on all levels, from thought, from the mental to all the way to just, reading the seams on the posturing of your players as well.
Yeah. 100%. I can't say, sorry, I'm getting a message here. I think we're going to have a call in.
There we go. And I see you got your G2 Paintball shirt on. Shout out to Vic Gamboa.
Yes, absolutely.
They did recently a little event, I think, in Arizona here. And I think they're looking to get out to California at some time and do some stuff out there.
Yeah, 100%. Love what Vic does. G2 is definitely blown up, and, it's Rusty as well.
Yeah.
because it's something the sport has needed for a long time, that focus on body mechanics and paintball athleticism. Greg Sewers does it with map training. G2 does it. It's really important, I think, for the future of the sport. It shows the level of professionalism that is required to make it in the game now, right? And for a long time that wasn't the case. So yeah,
True.
but just kind of to wrap up the New York weekend, again, it was so cool to be able to play an event on Saturday and then go and work on all the things Sunday that you see. And as a coach, you can sit there and identify weaknesses in our team, right? And then you can curate the practice around that when it's fresh. So it was a great practice, and I'm really proud of all the guys. I mean, those kids are really, really just, they're getting so good. They really are. And young Stevie, I mean, Steve played lights out. He really did. It's some of the best paintball I've seen him play. He made one mistake, and he was pretty hard on himself for it. I was hard on him too in the moment, but other than that, he played almost flawless paintball. Just really great teamwork, great communication out of him. And what I was most impressed with was the crispiness in which he was playing with. I could tell he's really been putting in the work. We're talking about G2 and map and stuff. He looked athletic. He was making sharp and quick movements, and he was attacking. And Steve is getting a lot better too. So it was just really cool to see, that team is definitely coming together.
Crispy Stevie. Let's go.
Crispy Stevie.
Yeah. And I mean, I would assume that the squad is going to be going to semi-pro or pro, just making the jump all the way up, right? And just get right into it.
Semi-pro will be a tough feat for them. Okay. Let's pump the brakes. They don't need any more of a boost.
I want to see this. I want to see it happen.
Yeah.
I want to witness. Yeah.
It's the goal. These kids, I mean, their goal is to play professional paintball. So, they have a lot more work to do.
They have to earn it. They have to earn it. That's all there is to it. They need to step up into the semi-pro division, and with some gumption and with some grit, some chips on the shoulder, and go in there and play some solid paintball. And I don't think there's anything that can stop them from making that pro debut. It's just up to them to just get it done and go out there and don't be too hard on yourself. Don't get caught up on the minor details. See the long vision and just go for it.
Yeah, I agree. It's funny. It's always a tough one for me. Like yes, don't be too hard on yourself, but also be hard on yourself. If that makes sense. Yeah, it's there's such a balance, and it takes. I think as your career progresses, you can start to lean a little more towards the don't be so hard on yourself. But I still find a tremendous amount of value in the way that I feel like you were the same when as kids in the game. And we'll get to this. I think it's one of the Discord questions as well, but because it was everything to us, and so it was impossible not to be too hard on yourself when there was failures in the game.
Even in this very moment, it's everything to us, and we take it the hardest. I think I don't know that there's another player. I mean, I know that I take it brutally hard when I lose, when I don't get the job done. Like, it eats at me and it fuels me, and it's actually. It's one of the strongest fuels that you can find is taking the hard moments and transmuting that into something malleable that you can use for your progression, right? Like
100%. That's it. That's the ticket. Is you got to know how to use it as fuel rather than let it take you down.
Totally. And think big, like I was talking about. There's such a broad spectrum going on at any given moment in paintball in general, in the pro leagues, in matches, in the team, in everything. There's just such a wide array of things going on. So you got to really think big too, right? And have like a big vision, like I'm talking about, and then just work through all the different parameters. And if you do that, you should never be bored. You should never be bored, because there's always something to work on. Always.
There is. 100%, Ty. All right, here we go. We're calling him in.
Let's go.
Calling him in. Shawn
Big
Moe.
Shawn.
Big Shawn.
This is Shawn.
My brother, welcome to PTG, the man, the myth.
What's going on, fellas?
Not much.
Shawn Moe.
Yes, sir.
Hey, what's going on, T-Harm?
What's up, baby?
Oh, just grinding away in the office, buddy. You know how it is.
There we go. Yeah, you guys are working hard too, getting ready for the WCPPL this weekend. You had SK out there grinding with you guys and feeling hungry, I'm sure, heading into this next event.
Yeah, we've definitely been playing a lot of paintball leading up to the event. SK was under strict marching orders from, of course, the drill sergeant Marcelo. So 2 days grinding in 112 to 115 degree heat. Went through about 80 cases of paint. So it was definitely a busy weekend. And we've been playing. We haven't had a tournament, I feel like, forever, but haven't had a tournament in about a month and a half, I think, 2 months. And the guys have just been hungry, grinding every weekend. And it's just, this weekend was a good thing to put all the guys together. We were missing, Marcelo and the young protege, Ben Slofer. They were out in, I think, Boston.
Mm-hmm.
They got another gold medal, of course, with New York Wrecking Crew. Nothing but the best for those guys. And
yes, sir.
So, we had all the other 8 guys and Skinny out here just grinding away, getting prepared for not only WC, but Sacramento and I think 2 more weeks. So yeah, it was a good weekend.
Nice, brother. Yeah, dude. I just, I really wanted to have you on knowing that you guys are sitting first place. Well, one, the whole story is super cool. So we could touch on that in a minute, about, how you guys got into the game, how we met back when I was 15 years old, 13 years old,
Yeah, I think 13.
Yeah, man. And, through the LTZ camp and Aftermath. But to me, you guys have made a comeback, fell in love with the game again, as it goes. That's how it goes. Nobody can stay away for too long.
I don't think we ever fell out of love of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it always lingers there, I'm sure.
Yeah, the fire always burns.
But, I just really appreciate you guys are sitting here, the number 1 seed in the WCPPL, which is a really tough league to win, especially in Division 3. Mike runs a very competitive league, and I just really appreciate the way you run your organization. The team is really ran like a professional team, and that's rare in divisional paintball. The players on the team are very fortunate to have an owner like you and the group. So, again, that's kind of what the show is about, right? Is highlighting the greatness in paintball, truly, and that runs down through the divisional teams as well, So,
100%.
Yeah, I just kind of want to pick your brain on the motivations for putting this team together and, why you've decided to take on this role and give them this opportunity.
Absolutely. To be honest with you, Marcelo, I kind of talk about the history. Obviously, I've known you, I think, since we were 13. I was 15 years old, playing Young Guns. And I remember young Marcelo in the woods. He was like the picture boy of die for a young adult, young child. And, I forget where we were at, but it was like, it was just me and Brennan Farmer and another kid named Brennan Staker, us 3 on the, 3 Young Guns. And we were playing against you, and that was like the first time we ran into you. I think you won that event, didn't you?
Yeah. So I forget about that, because I was actually like 12 years old at that event.
Yeah,
I remember you showed
12,
me the picture. I'm like, Jesus, that's a throwback.
Yeah, so I mean, that was the first time we ran into you. Of course, I think you were shooting a black dot or Angel LCD with die sticky grips and a Revolution hopper. Yeah. And you had like the best of the best, die boomstick, and like man, we want to be like him. We want to be die Young Gun, like you. And after that, just kept progressing. Then we started playing 5-man LTV less than 0. Then we picked up a couple others. It was me and Brennan Farmer, which he is now playing again. He played from the very beginning of LTV and all the way up until when we stopped playing in 2007. And but he's back. He's one of the original ones that have came back, along with Adam Ellis and Wade Rice and myself.
The boys.
And the boys. And it's just fun. The history is so long. Probably don't have enough time to talk about it. But
of course.
Fast forwarding, to this year. Actually, I've been with my wife Wendy for 10 years. Been married for 5. And of course, like you said, the getting back into it. Well, I've always wanted to play paintball, and one of the things is I have a picture or a Sports Illustrated article. We were in the centerfold, and so I had that hanging in my office. And, so that was always like a reminder of like, man, we were once, good players, a good team. And like, I always wanted to start playing again. And my wife's like, well, why don't you start playing again? I'm like, no, I'm bad. I'm 50 pounds overweight compared to what I used to be. And she's like, just go out and start playing again. Go have some fun. So looked up the guys, hey, Wade, you want to start playing again? Adam, Farmer, and all of them were like, yes, when, where, why, like, are we just going to have fun? So we just all went and got guns, went and bought, gear again on our own, because we pulled out all of our old gear and out of the closet. It's been 15 years since, 14 years since we played, and the elastic's all blown out, nothing fits, nothing. So we're like, all right, well, looks like we got to all buy new gear. So we went ahead and did that. I think we bought a bunch of stuff off Lone Wolf Paintball and A&S Gear, and went out and played a night game out at LVPP here in Vegas, and it was a blast. Just fun, rec ball, and boom, it was over. It was the fire was relit, and then all of a sudden we're all looking at each other and, okay, well, what are we going to do? We're going to start a team? Okay, yeah. So then Mike Hinman started, they had a 10-man event. I believe it was like November this last year, and we got our butts kicked. I mean, there was like 20 teams and we won like 2 games, but it was a blast. You know what I mean? It was us 4, and we picked up 6 other guys, just local here to Vegas. We didn't get to practice or anything, but it was just a good time, right? Getting back out there competing. And it was like, okay, well, that made the fire burn even worse. Okay, we just got our ass kicked. And, it's funny. I didn't have Marcelo's phone number. Yes, sir.
Before you keep going on that direction, I just want to ask, what was some of the things, why did you guys get your ass kicked out there? Like, I'm sure there's some valuable tidbits in there.
Okay, yeah, it's funny you say that, because, when we stopped playing paintball, the field, as you guys are aware, right? You guys are totally aware. It was wide open. Mm-hmm. It was huge lanes, 15 balls a second, full auto. And so we tried to go and play 10-man. Yeah, we went and tried to play 10-man like we were playing on a PSP X-ball field. We were, shooting mechanical guns, and we were trying to just run down the field. We weren't, slow and methodical. We didn't communicate. None of the things that we should have done, right? Mm-hmm. Like, we tried to play like when we stopped playing in 2007. So it was like, it was just funny, right? Because, you put a bunch of old guys together that played together, and it's just, we're looking at each other like, man, these guys are kicking our butt. And, but it made us want to just keep playing and get better again. And, so the funny thing is I didn't have Marcelo's phone number. So I'm like, okay, if we're going to do this, we're going to do it. Right. Like, since I stopped playing paintball and I started my career, anything I've done with my wife, like, we've done it. Like, Marcelo knows, like, if we're going to go boat, we're going to go buy $1 million boat. We're going to go on poker runs, and we're going to win poker run circuits, and anything we're going to do, we're going to do it to the best of our ability. Right, March?
Hey, yeah. Why not? And ain't no time to half-ass anything.
No, exactly. And so I'm like, well, who better else to coach us or get us to good playing ability than Marcelo? So I hit him up on Instagram. I direct message him like a little fanboy, and it takes him like a month and a half to get back to me.
What?
And then it was like about, yes, it was. It was like, I can show you. It was like about a month.
No
and
way.
Yes, it was. So he reads the message. I check it. It says read. Boom. Yeah, exactly. He messages me back, and he's like, dude, I'm totally interested, but I got to check with another Division III team at WC. They were interested in me coaching them. I forget the name of the team.
That's the Vibe team. Shout out to High Tone.
Yeah. High Tone. Yeah. And so they passed on Marcelo for whatever reason, and I was hot on it. I said, just name your price, whatever you got to do. Let's get some flights. Let's get you out here, and let's start working with the guys. Well, we kind of started building the team. It was us 4, and had a couple other guys from Vegas, Avery and a guy by the name of Ethan. And then we picked up a guy from Denver named Cameron Bushby. Super good. Kid. Yeah. Young. I think he's a GOAT on PTG, correct?
Yeah. He's in the PTG Discord 100%.
I think his name's The Fuzz.
The Fuzz, it is. He just lurks. He doesn't really engage too much. He just lurks.
Yeah.
But
he knows everything that goes on in there. So he's in there looking.
100%. And every now and then, he reaches out, and like, what I love about that kid is he's truly interested in just growth as a human, as an individual, both on the field and off the field. We have some pretty good little conversations about some stuff. I wish he would reach out some more, honestly. I don't know if he's like shy to, but I love talking to the kid because he's just truly he's a good kid. He's a good egg.
100%.
A good egg.
So that was another one we picked up. The older guys, we didn't know exactly how our bodies would react. Farmer's knee or his ankle, or Adam's knee, or Wade's knees. Wade. Yeah. I mean, Brennan Farmer, he was like, Tyler, if you remember, when we did play pro, he was 5'7", maybe like 130 pounds soaking wet, and he was our attack front snake player, and he was fast. Now he's like what, Marcelo, 6 foot ish,
6 foot, 210, 220 maybe.
Pure muscle, just pure muscle. He's a fireman for City North Las Vegas. He's a tank, and but he's still. I mean,
I do want to say.
Ahead.
LTZ, one of the most stylish and on so many levels, stylish and like influential teams of the early years in paintball. You know, like it was one of those teams where a bunch of hungry younger paintball players came through and let it be known that they were there to try and take every trophy that they stepped on the field for. And it was really fun to watch that energy and the camaraderie, the friendship, all of that from the early years. And to have it be reborn again in the new era of paintball is astounding. And we're fully supportive of the movement. And we can't wait to see you guys keep doing your thing out there because it's fun to watch.
Yeah, man. And that's kind of, Marcelo said about how like the teams ran, and, we came from the days of, that 05, 06, 04, 05, 06 era with, of course, Bob Long, Stoned Assassin, Oakland Assassin, and that was in the pro league. And then Marcelo on San Diego Aftermath, in the divisionals, us LTZ in the divisional ranks. And, our old owner, he, one thing, definitely that he did well was he ran it like a pro sports team. Same thing with Mike Hinman with, when Aftermath was D3 and D2 back in those days. And it was just ran there. Those are the two teams that stick out of my head. Of course, it was us and Mike. And, but it's just, and they were always our sparring partner, right? Like we would go down to Redlands and we would, practice against Aftermath, and, we'd come bring down 60 cases of paint, and, we'd be done. And then, like, all right, well, Mike, we're done practicing. We don't have any paint. I mean, he was like, hell you are. There's paint in the back of my truck. Go get it. You're not done until I tell you you're done. I mean, Marcelo can tell you, remember?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And but that's just kind of like the influence that I have and what I was kind of brought up around in paintball. And that's kind of how I feel. Like Marcelo always tells me, I've morphed my style from multiple coaches, from Mike Hinman, from, Skinny Kevin, from Rusty Glaze, from
Shane Pastana.
Who else? Yeah, Shane Pastana, from
Russian
all these
coaches,
guys.
Maxine.
Yeah, the Russian coach. Yeah, exactly. And picked the things that he likes and felt worked the best from each person. Yeah, Todd. And so like that's kind of how, me, the way I want to run the team is, okay, pick it from like the way this person does this or this person does that, and just kind of like what I've learned from business, you know what I mean? And it's working well so far, and I think the guys are having fun doing it. Wouldn't you say, Marcelo?
Absolutely. I think that's such a big part of it's a big part of why any of us do this in paintball. It's fun, right? The camaraderie, the teamwork, the people that you spend the time with, and what you guys have there is definitely awesome. I love coming out to Vegas. Excited. I just booked my flight 2 weeks from now, get out there and get to practice with you guys again. And I mean, that's what makes it all worth it too. There's nothing better than having fun and winning and, working hard with a group of individuals that have the same common goal, and sometimes you succeed and sometimes you fail, and both are great. There's lessons to be learned in both of them. And it's just, again, I think it's why so many people fall in love with this game.
Yeah, 100%. You know what I mean? Like, and it's funny, Tyler, because, Marcelo's only a couple years younger than me, but I feel that he's got to do what he's had a passion for and a love for his whole life since he was 13 years old. So Marcelo, what are you, 32?
32. Yep.
Yes. Till you're 32. And I mean, like, he just, yeah, dude. I'm 36. I'm 4 years older than him, and I just turned 36. And just his, not only obviously he's in better shape than me, I mean, he's in peak athletic shape, but I mean, he just is always happy. He's always having fun. Like, he just enjoy what he does. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy my career. I've been at Las Vegas Paving for 15 years, and I was 22, I think, or something like that.
Damn, that's amazing.
I love what I I love what I do. I've moved up through the ranks in the company, and I love what I do. But it's still a job. It's a career and a job. And Marcelo has a job and a career and a life, but it's his passion, right? Like it's your guy. It's Tyler. It's your passion. It's your love. It's a game you've grown up playing since you were, Tyler, I remember when you were the youngest pro player on Bob Long's Assassins, wearing your puka shells, and I'm like just watching you play with Snapshot Stoli. And I'm like, oh man, this kid is insane. You know what I mean? Like I remember those things, you know, and but like when we stopped playing, it was just like, it was an immediate stop. There was no like, oh, let's stop playing and, you know, play for fun. It was like, we were done in 2007 and we haven't picked up a gun since then, real, you know, paintball gun since then.
I remember
until 7-8 months. Yeah. All of us, you know, until 7-8 months ago. So to get back to it, it's love, it's passion. And I mean, you got to remember, we have me that works for our company as a VP. We have Adam Ellis, that's a lawyer, a successful lawyer here in Vegas. We have Farmer, that's a fireman at City North Las Vegas. And Wade Rice, he's one of my that works for me. And it's like everyone kind of left, started careers, kind of had no choice because we stopped playing paintball. And now to come back into it, it's better than it was then for us. It's because it's so much love and passion, and we're playing, and it's just the game has progressed. It's crazy how the game has progressed, and we're just having so much fun doing it.
Yeah, it's the
That's
game
amazing.
has evolved a ton. Shawn, what's one thing, you know, obviously we have a lot of divisional teams and players that listen to the show. What is, if you could leave them with one major piece of advice in running an organization, a successful organization, you know, and what it takes to win, what would that be?
That's a hard question. I would, as a player or as an owner, Marcelo?
As a an owner, right? So this is like from an organizational standpoint, what does an organization need to do to win? You know, so many teams just struggle and can never figure out, do we need to spend the money on a coach? Do we need to practice more? Do we need to shoot more paint? Do we need to travel to play better teams? Like, you know, what do you think that is?
The one thing I think, and Marcelo, I think honestly, it's, you have to buy in, right? Like you have to buy into the program that the team is trying to have, the culture. Right? Yes. Like, the culture. I mean, truly, I mean, I know I've listened to some of your guys' podcasts and the things, but I mean, like the first event we came back and played, besides the 10 man, I'm talking about our team right now, our Division 3 team. The first event we went and played, Marcelo, was WCPPL. Yep. We took second. I don't feel that we had buy-in, right? Like the culture, we didn't have buy-in from all of the players yet. Right.
Agreed.
After that event, I think us taking second in that event was the best thing for us. If we would have went and won first or took the gold in the first event, I don't feel we would have been where we're at now. The guys, the last 4 weeks, 6 weeks, we've been playing paintball 3 times a week, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday. We've gone through, I think, 2 skids of paint in a month and a half, and everybody's bought in. I mean, I'm talking about from Ben Slofer in Indiana to Cameron Bushby in Denver. I mean, I send Cameron money via Venmo to get him paint to make sure he's playing when he can. If he doesn't have the money, whatever. To my guys here in Vegas, I have skids in my garage. And from Adam Ellis, that's the lawyer, to Avery Nugent, that's 21, that's playing 3-4 times a week. They've bought into the culture of the team of wanting to win and knowing how to win the right way, right, Marcelo? And that's been taught by you. 100%. That's been taught by you. That's from you, right? And not questioning the coach, not questioning the ownership, trusting the process and being bought into the culture of the team. And I would tell you, you have to be all in. If there's someone or a cancer in the team that's not buying in, it doesn't. The flow doesn't work. You won't win.
That's huge. Major
bag alert.
Applause there, Shawn.
That's so true, man.
Culture is, the culture is so important. And if you have someone that is going against the grain week in and week out, it is so tough to have a team that's cohesive, And when you step on the field, you need to know that everybody is putting in the same amount of work as you. You need to know that there's nothing left on the table. It just leaves room for so many excuses and doubt. You can't let any sort of doubt creep in. These tournaments are hard enough to win. They're hard enough to win. So you can't let the nonsense play any sort of a role.
100%.
Yeah, that's such a big one.
I mean, I think this event, there's 27 or 28 teams signed up in our division alone. I think last event, Marcelo, there was 32, I believe.
Okay.
I mean, that's amazing for, I mean, in my opinion, I mean, that's an amazing, for one division to have 32 teams at a local regional tournament. I mean, that's massive.
Yeah.
I mean, that's and to get first place in 32 teams. I mean, these teams they're some elite teams, NorCal Kings, Iceman, all the Phoenix Rising Camp. I mean, the list goes on. I know I'm missing Gummy Bears. That's who we played in the finals last. You know, these are great teams. I mean, a lot of old, pro players, a lot of young new players. Some of them are on your USA team, Marcelo.
Yep.
I think, some of the old HK guys are San Diego Legacy. I'm sure people don't remember that team.
Yep. Yeah. A lot of people don't remember Legacy.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But it's a lot. The Division 3 in WCPPL is it's a hard division to work through.
Yes, it is.
Agreed.
Yeah, Mike is doing a phenomenal job with that, and huge congratulations to everything that you and the squad are doing. Good luck to you and everybody making the trip out to the WCPPL. And man, that bit of information about the cohesion and just buying into the culture is huge. And even sometimes, say you have players that aren't bought into the culture and maybe going against the grain, it gives great opportunities for growth, right? And to have good conversations
100%.
and to be able to. Yeah, we learn so much about ourselves playing this amazing sport.
Yeah, just teaching moments. And a lot of the things you learn in paintball, I got to tell you, the things I learned when I was 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 in paintball, it's helped me progress through my career and my life. I'm telling you, it's weird to say that, but it's helped me in life. I'm telling you,
everyone
it's
listening,
crazy.
Everyone listening to this show right now agrees with you.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm telling you, it's crazy. And I mean, lifetime friendships, Marcelo. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's funny because you can, like I said, drop when we stop playing paintball, but coming right back to seeing Mike Hinman. I mean, I lived in his house for 6-7 months, when I stopped playing paintball in LTV and came over to Aftermath, and it's lifetime friend, Marcelo, you, the names I can keep going on and on and on, but it's a great part of life. I'm telling you, out of all the sports I've ever played, from baseball from my time I was 4 till I was a senior in high school to baseball, football, all of it, nothing holds a candle to paintball. I'm telling you that right now. The lifelong lessons and just everything. It teaches you things about business, relationships, and everything. It's a great sport. I'm telling you. You guys, and everything you guys are doing. There was no such thing as podcasts back then, right?
No.
Like there was what? Splat Magazine, Faithful, War Pig, and PD Nation. People don't even know these names, I'm sure. And the things that you two do and everything else, from Play the Game to, I forget all the other podcasts, but the things that you guys are doing for paintball with GoSports.com and everything, it's huge for paintball. I mean, I feel like I've been gone for so long and I've only been back for 6 or 7 months, but I truly feel like, we're always wanting to, like, right there, we're right there, we're right there, right? And I truly feel it's right there. Like, we're right there. The things you guys are doing are for the younger people, younger gentlemen and women in paintball now. They don't even understand how far it's came and how close everyone truly is in those pro ranks and divisional ranks. It's grown leaps and bounds, and it's amazing what you two do for the sport and everybody else.
Well, we love you, Shawn, man. Thank you. That was amazing, dude.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Shawn, thank you for gracing us with your presence here on PTG.
Yeah.
Yes,
Valuable
sir.
for all the listeners. And I'm sure I'll talk to you soon.
Hey, thanks, guys. Have a good day.
All right, brother.
All right,
Talk
Shawn.
to
You too.
Bye.
Peace.
Hey.
What a
Nice.
beast, man. Heck
Oh,
yeah.
100%. Shawn's the man. I love all those guys a ton. So cool to have the OG LTZ guys that, those are, I remember when I was, 15, 16 years old, just got on the Ironman. So young kid in the game, just turned pro. I would drive out to Vegas with Bobby Aviles. Shout out to BKat. Drive out to Vegas like every other weekend to practice because they had their own facility out there. You know, LTZ, they were all based out of Las Vegas. So we'd drive out there, have some fun and go practice. And so, you know, those guys have been good friends for a long time. And, you know, I hadn't talked to any of them in maybe a decade. And so to, you know, see them all again, it was like we picked up right where we left off. It's pretty amazing.
Dude, that's crazy. Yeah, like a month later, it was like, and then a month. I'm
What do
just
you mean?
joking. No, like right where you left off, but like a month later, because that's how long it took to text him back.
Oh, yeah. That's terrible.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Ever since we have the Discord, I'm so bad at my Instagram.
There's
I
so
really
much
am.
coming. It's
There's
a
too much.
bombardment.
There's
It's
too much.
amazing.
There's too
It's
much.
amazing.
It's amazing. It's amazing. And I don't mean to. I really do try to answer messages. And it's not like I have millions of messages, you know. It's just I prefer phone calls now. I know this is funny. I was thinking about this earlier
Heck
today
yeah.
because I was getting you know, a bunch of text messages from people and I'm just calling them back, you know, and people hate phone
Yeah.
calls now. But for me, I put my headphones in and I can like do other stuff and I can have a conversation with you, you know,
Yeah.
where if you're texting, I don't know, it just
Takes a lot.
consumes like all, it's a lot. I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm a little old school there. I want a phone
I'm
call.
with you.
We can, yeah.
Let's make phone calls regular again.
Yes, let's do
Phone
that.
calls,
You know,
come
I want
on.
to hear your voice. I want to
Yeah.
know what the intention behind what you're saying is, you know, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. There's sometimes text messages. I'm like,
They're ambiguous.
Is he mad or is she
Yeah.
mad? What's going on? They're ambiguous. Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Tone. There's just no tone.
Yeah.
We need the tone.
Yeah.
Let's bring the tone back to life. And then
100%.
do you know where the name is awesome that it all started from? Less Than Zero, LTZ. Do you know where that came from? Less Than Zero?
Oh man.
I should have
Now you
asked
gotta put me
Shawn
on
while
the-
he was
Yeah,
on the show. Dang it.
I could ask him right now. Name.
Yeah, let's see if we can get that because the name is really intriguing. LTZ was
Poor guy. He just texted me. He's like, God, I think I talked too much. I feel. I'm sorry. I was like, no, that was amazing, dude. That was great. That was fantastic. It
No
is
way.
funny. It's so easy to be self-conscious when you put yourself out there, right? I know, like
Yeah.
after every show, I'm like, did I
Yeah.
talk too much? Did I stutter? How, you know, such
Of
a bummer.
course. No, that was
okay,
perfect. So
yeah.
many big details on just that little
Yes.
bit, you know, that phone call there.
100%. So Less Than Zero actually originated from their owner Bart when he played Pump in like 1985. I don't think I
Damn.
knew that. Yeah. So anyway,
Whoa.
yeah,
Cool.
fantastic little story there. Excited to see what they do here at the WCPPL. We'll be at summer camp and they will be competing at the WCPPL. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
I won't be able to coach them. They'll have Skinny Kevin. Nice little upgrade, you know. Skinny's not too bad, and I think they're going to take the gold. So not going to be easy, but they're in a good position for the series. So it's a big event for them, and you know they've said they've had some really good practices the last couple weekends. So I'm excited to see what they do.
Yeah, and as we all know, everyone that plays paintball, everything's earned out on that field. You got to go out there and you got to, you know, do the correct steps and navigate the fields appropriately with however the flow of the field is and play some really good paintball no matter what.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Let's see, Ty. We have Nick Leival, I think, wanted to call in too. I'm gonna
There we
hop
go.
on that really quick. Let's see.
Poor Nick
See if he
got
Yeah,
bit
got
by
bit
a rattlesnake.
A rattlesnake, not just a
Oh
snake.
my
Yeah.
God.
Let's see if he answers.
Hello.
Dude,
Mr. Leival, the Snake
PTG
King.
alumni.
Oh, what's up, guys?
What's up, brother?
Venom Bite.
Damn.
All right.
Dr. Venom. What's your
No.
What's your
Yeah.
superhero name now? What is it? Dr. Venom?
Doesn't claw as well.
Doesn't clot as well? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Oh no.
No, but seriously, Nick, dude, I'm so glad that you're okay. We were just talking about summer camp and, you know, obviously we're going to be meeting you out there. Wanted to get you on the horn and we're glad that everything is okay. What actually happened? Like, how did you get bit by a rattlesnake, bro?
I love it. I'm excited for camp too. You know, my mom was coming to visit and we were walking around the foothills in Colorado and I was just about to let my dog off the leash. I just sent her out to go see another dog and I felt something on my leg. I thought it was like a bee sting. I was like, I must have just got stung by a wasp.
No way.
But my leg kind of got caught.
So I was like, oh, am I caught in barbed wire? I thought I got stuck in barbed wire, and I turned around, there was a snake. And I was like,
whoa,
damn, that's not good. That's not good. And then it chased me a little bit too. I had to like run away from it again. It was trying to get me again.
Shit.
And
Dude.
like when you get like really hurt, it like didn't hurt that bad, but I was like,
Yeah.
I just knew it was bad when you're like in shock, kind of. You're just like, this isn't good, but it doesn't hurt yet. That's kind of what it was like at first.
Jeez, man.
But
oh my god.
Yeah, it was a bummer because I was like, all right, I've done all the research on this. Like, I always thought my dog was going to get bit by a rattlesnake at some point. And I was like, all right, so I got to keep my blood pressure down. I just got to relax, keep the bite below my heart. So I was like going all slow. I was meditating in the car on the way to the hospital. And then when I get there, they're like, all right, we're going to prop up your leg. We're going to shoot you up with adrenaline and Benadryl. And it was like literally all the opposite shit I thought you were supposed to do. And
whoa.
Yeah, then it got like way worse. And
well, so maybe they were wrong if it got worse after they did that.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, they were wrong. They were so like.
What got worse?
I probably went through. So the venom, it basically like clots your blood, and you want to not let it into the places that like spread the most, like your organs and your heart. Yeah. And so it's kind of good to get bit on like the hand or the foot or something, so you can like kind of keep it away and like try to not let it circulate through your blood. But out of the 7 doctors I went through, only one of them had ever seen a snake bite before. And that was like 2 days later.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, man, 7
so they like
doctors.
Didn't even know what to do, which is hilarious.
Oh, that's insane.
They were confused. Sheesh. And the antivenom's like super hard to get. It takes like a whole bunch of snakes, like 100 snakes to make one vial. And like a treatment is like 20 vials or something like that. And so they didn't want to give it to me. They were literally like telling me, they're like, no, you probably didn't even get bit. They're like, was it this kind of snake? I'm like, I'm telling you, like I saw it. It was a rattlesnake. There was other witnesses. They were like, yeah, it was probably like you were like imagining it. Like they were literally telling me I didn't get bit by a snake for like 3 hours.
Oh my
god.
I was like,
jeez.
Yeah. And so it actually, they were like, yeah, we're probably just going to send you home. This is like 20 hours later of being in the hospital. And I was like, all right, well, if you're not going to do anything for me, I'll just get up and go home and I'll just have it hurt at home if I'm going to be fine. But when I stood up and all the blood rushed back to my leg because it had been elevated, it was like, a 9 out of 10 for pain. It was like on fire. I almost passed out. I couldn't walk. And the doctor that I had at the time was like, okay, we're going to call the poison control and like get you the antivenom. Because they're like, finally took me seriously after like 20 hours.
That's unbelievable, dude. I'm so
you should have
sorry
stood up on them way earlier and been like, I'm out of here. And then just fell to the ground.
Yeah. The squeaky wheel gets the grease,
Squeaky like, wheel. Yeah.
Dude.
Sometimes you do got to complain. But
yeah.
I was telling them, like, I was like, my organs feel weird. My stomach feels weird. My liver feels weird. I was like, this isn't good. They were like, you're fine.
Because I saw you on the East Coast out at Philly at the NXL, and briefly we skimmed by, and I got some like little bit of the details of what happened, but I didn't know any of this, man. And dude, and it got bad, Nick. Like, no joke. This isn't something to like really even laugh about in this portion, because like your life was literally in danger. You're like you said, your organs were not doing well, and I cannot believe it took that long for them to help you. I mean, what?
Yeah.
Dude,
like, I get they're trying to save that stuff for like older people and stuff like that, and like I probably would have lived through it, but what they were at risk at that point was me basically not having a functioning leg anymore.
Yeah,
that was pretty much what we were looking at if they didn't give it to me. So they gave it to me.
It takes like 2,000 snakes, you're saying, to make one, like enough for a whole regiment, like of the 20 vials?
There's these like little tiny vials that like they basically like milk the snakes. They like take a little bit of their venom, and to fill up a vial takes like, let's say 50 snakes. like over many days. And to give someone an anti-venom treatment is like 20 vials, but it might take 2 or 3 treatments to actually like do the job. So you might end up going through like thousands of snake venom or like milk venom to cure however much like the snake got into you.
So from your research, I still don't understand like how it all works. Like you take the venom that you just got bit by and you start doing multiple vials at a slow increment, and then that's going to offset it. Is that how it works essentially?
They treat it somehow. It like is the reverse of whatever the actual venom is, but I don't know what the process is for them changing the chemical makeup, but you know, it's basically like the reverse Uno card of what you got in your bloodstream.
Damn, dude.
That's wild, dude.
But,
yeah. It was really good to see you with a paintball gun in your hand at the event, though. I'll tell you what, I was, it was pretty unbelievable. Quick recovery and just good to see. Definitely good to see.
I really appreciate that. It was, I was telling myself, like, I mean, you guys talk about it quite a bit, but being able to, you know, manifest what you want, like from that very first day, I was telling myself I was going to make it to the event. I've never missed a pro event since I've become pro, and I didn't want to. I wanted to keep my streak going, so I was telling myself every day. I was like, because they were telling me it was going to be 3 to 9 months, maybe before I could even walk around, and I was like, no, it's going to be 2 weeks, and so somehow I manifested that, and you know, it's good for people to know. Like sometimes,
are you sure you didn't go to a veterinarian?
Well, dude, in hindsight, I mean, and I love my dog more than anything else, but like they have different enzymes in their blood, and so they can handle it way better. And plus, they need way less anti-venom, and their bill is way cheaper. And so, in hindsight, it probably would have been better if she caught the initial bite there.
I mean, so Nick, like, did you step on the snake, or because isn't it kind of unusual for a rattlesnake unprovoked to attack, or no? I mean, I don't really know. I thought
yeah. No, you're spot on. And so like I think my dog had run by it, and it like had startled it. It was in a bush, and I walked by it. But talking to a bunch of the doctors and stuff who have never seen a rattlesnake bite, they keep statistics, the poison control and stuff, and the rates of snakes, specifically rattlesnakes, not rattling and being more aggressive instead of defensive has gone way up in the past couple of years. So
interesting.
I don't know what the snakes are sensing, but they're becoming more aggressive towards people and less like warning with their rattles. So it's been happening more and more, which is kind of weird.
They're fed up with the quarantine mandates.
Yeah, they're sick of it. They're like, we had our land back for a quick second there, and you guys coming back.
They want out. Man.
Yeah, they were getting quarantined too.
Well, shoot. So Nick, are you going to be participating in the Woods Ball event in Boston with us this week, or you're
oh yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. I played this weekend, and you know, like it was hurting a little bit, which it hadn't hurt that much, but I'm good to go. I'm definitely going to be playing the Woods Ball event. I freaking love summer camp. Like I used to be a camp counselor when I was a kid, and like to combine the two, being a camp counselor and having paintball involved, it's just like it's so fun.
It's the best.
And I don't need to tell you guys, but whoever is listening, like summer camp's the best event of the year.
Yeah.
What's your favorite aspect of the summer camp? Like, is it the drills, just the camaraderie, the dinners? What is it?
That's a really good question. I think my favorite part about it is sort of the community that gets created, because, you know, everyone is together for that whole week, eat, sleep, and breathe. Like, of course, it's paintball related, but, you know, like anyone who goes to the summer camp, you see each other later on, even years down the line. Like, I even have some of the first camp members that I went to hitting me up on Instagram sometimes, being like, hey, one of them was trying to give me concert tickets the other day, and I'm like, sorry, I can't go, but it all came from summer camp, you know?
Yeah.
You spend all that time together, and you get to know each other, strengths and weaknesses. You get to see really how a lot of those people that attend are just so much better at the end of the week versus like even a year later. Like, man, some of those kids that keep going there, I mean, they just blow me away. I'm really excited for the future of paintball.
Yeah, we are too, man. It is cool to see the new age of paintball is thriving, and the energy is so good right now in the whole scene. And that's an amazing thing about paintball is just all the relationships, and we have so many because we've been in it for quite some time now. But it's timeless, man, and it really is. I mean that it's truly timeless. It lasts a lifetime, and this game is truly a life changer.
And that's why I'm pumped for you guys sticking with the show, because I mean, you guys do so much in terms of creating community and, you know, bringing in people's stories that probably you'd have no idea unless you lived in their areas, and it makes the world of paintball just a little bit smaller in a way, and keeps it unified. So like I'm glad to know you guys are still excited about the game, because I think you spearhead a lot of it, and I just wanted to thank you guys for that. So it's awesome.
Thank you, Nick.
Thank you, Nick.
The messages we get are insane. The amount of people that have come into paintball in like the last couple of years from listening to PTG alone is staggering.
Oh, no way.
Like, yeah, we get I feel like we get a message a day. Like, I just got back into the game, started listening to the podcast.
100%.
It's helped streamline getting back into it. My son's playing. I got grandma. She's coming down next week. We're all getting together. You know, it's like, it's just amazing to read all the messages. And we're so grateful for players like you, Nick, and for the community as a whole, everyone who is boosting the game, because, you know, we got to all take it on our shoulders, and nobody's going to do this for us. Nobody's going to save us. It's up to our community to shine the best light on it. And there's so many amazing people like yourself that are doing that, which is truly what's going to take us there in the long tail. So it's good to see us all having fun and working hard for paintball, you know?
Yeah. I love it, because I mean, like, I have a really low tolerance for things that I don't like to do, and so like paintball is easy for all of us, you know. Like, it's like paintball is so fun that building the community is easy comparatively to a lot of things. Because like for example, I went and played this weekend. I was super tired, wasn't having a great day, didn't really want to communicate and like talk to a whole bunch of people. I just wanted to like get my reps in. And that was enough for me to like snap back, is just the play. And so like, even without the community part, even without like the fun part of it, just the game itself is so fun that it's like, it's really the base of everything.
Yeah. That's
Absolutely.
dude. Hashtag play. That's the mantra. Play.
I love it.
play that game.
Play that game, baby. Nick, I love it, dude. Thank you for joining us for a quick little pop in, man. We are on a quick turnaround. When do you leave for camp?
Tomorrow morning.
I'll yeah, me too. There. Awesome. Yeah,
let's
go. Have to welcome Ty into his first summer camp. I can't wait.
Oh yeah. Awesome. You're gonna have your kids there at some point.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, guaranteed. Theo is primed, dude. This guy wants to play paintball. He runs around my house with this old Dragon Intimidator that I bought, and he's like playing everywhere.
Enormous gun.
Yeah, it's huge.
Just like how I started, just like Dad.
Love it.
Yeah, I can't wait. You guys are dope, and appreciate you calling me in. Appreciate you. Anytime. Let me know.
Of course, dude. We need to get a full length episode with you here soon. Yeah, 100% PTG alumni.
Yeah,
love it. Well, keep up the good work. I'll see you guys.
Thanks, brother.
Tomorrow.
Awesome, Nick.
See you soon.
Travels, brother.
Peace. He's the
legend,
best,
dude. I do love Nick a lot. He's a very thoughtful individual, super interesting, really smart, good for paintball. His head's in it. He gets it, you know.
I'm glad he's okay.
Super glad he's okay. That's scary stuff, dude. That's wild.
Yeah, that is wild. Crazy. And we're going to have a lot of fun at BKi. Yeah. He's truly one of the funniest people, and he gets it. I think you said it perfect. He gets it, and he loves paintball, which is, we all got to rally for this thing if it's going to come to life, you know?
100% T. Hey,
yes,
let's hop into some Discord questions.
Okay.
And
let's do it.
Get some of these answered up. And yeah, I think
we'll head to Boston.
First. And we'll head to Boston. Yeah, I got to get packed. I got to do all my laundry, get this thing edited, you know, and up and posted for the people. So, all right, Spencer goes, T-Harm. I think this is for both of us, but he goes, how do you guys fight burnout?
Mm-hmm. Do you want to take that first?
Sure. Yeah. To me, this isn't the first time I've gotten this question, and I don't really know how to answer it, because to me it shows that maybe you don't love it as much as you think you do. I don't know. That's a harsh response, but I don't really feel that I ever have to fight burnout from paintball. Now, maybe the travel and the stuff that it takes to get to paintball, like sometimes that's a little much. The back-to-back flights, I definitely felt it a little bit going back and forth from, Australia and Boston. And so maybe that a little bit. And it's just, again, a little bit of a check-in, being at home, try to go to the beach and relax a little bit, just ground myself for a little bit, get a good workout. Went to the gym today, got a great workout, and kind of touch base at home.
Workouts are key.
They are key. They are key, eating well and stuff like that. But as far as
Mm-hmm.
paintball burnout, I mean, I don't know. I don't know that I've ever really experienced paintball burnout. Maybe take a weekend off, and go do something else. But if it's lasting longer than that, then I'm not sure. I don't have a great answer for that, because to me, that's a representation of your love for the game. And maybe that's not the popular answer. I don't know. But it's a hard one for me to answer to.
Yeah. And he is saying fight burnout. So it could be paintball on the field, or like you said, the other aspects of the game. Cause for me, I'm in the same boat with you. You can never get burnt out on this game. It's too much damn fun. It's just too much fun. Running around, being a big kid, running around out there playing adult laser tag is just the time of your life, But there are components to maybe inner workings of your organization, or the tedious traveling and things like that. But in regards to fighting burnout, you have to shift that energy somehow. So if you are feeling a certain way about something, that's okay. That's valid. And that's natural. I'm sure there's a lot of people that are feeling possibly even the same way you are, but you have to really be careful with your thoughts and the way that you choose to navigate, from there, and like try to transmute that energy into a energy that is going to uplift you or get you inspired, whether it's going and working out or doing something of that nature. But you just got to shift that energy. And it starts with your thoughts. You gotta make a shift in your life and do something that kind of like wakes you up. Like do something out of the ordinary.
Yes.
Go for a run. Go work. Do something.
Well, it's just like lifting weights or exercise, right? You get to a point to where your arm can't take anymore. You don't keep going. You don't just keep going, right? You listen to your body that now it's time to recover. Now you need to nourish it with protein and calories and rest, right?
Yeah.
And then you can go back and be even better at it. So, maybe it's phone call coming through. Don't need to answer that right now. Sorry, I forgot to turn the Bluetooth off.
No worries.
But you have to listen to your body and respond appropriately and rest so that you can get back to doing what you love. So maybe it could be a representation of not enough balance in your life, and maybe you just need a little bit more balance. And like you said, Ty, get out and go do something else. Which is why I said, like, maybe take a weekend off, and see if that does it. But if it's a prolonged thing, then really assess, like you said, you brought up a good point, assess your situation, right? Be careful with your thoughts, because it might be misguided. You might think you're burnt out on the game and you're not. You might just be burnt out on your situation within the game. There's so many variables to take into account. So I would actually love to hear a little bit more about that question, a little bit more of what he means. But hey, you're in the Discord, Spence, so you could ask us and we can respond in there too. Great
Absolutely.
question.
And hashtag play. You got to enjoy yourself. That's rule number one. Like
hashtag play.
There's too many things trying to bog you down and pull you and rip you apart. Don't let that become a part of paintball. Just play and enjoy yourself and have fun out there. That's the key.
100%. Alrighty.
All right. We got BJ Maney's 11. If you were solo and only had one case of paint, what are the top 3 drills that we would do, that we would practice?
Yeah, I'm sticking to the core fundamentals: gunfighting, running and shooting, and off the break shooting. And I would isolate and do at least one bag, 250 paintballs with my left hand, 250 with my right hand in each kind of drill. So 250 with my left hand gunfighting. You could do it from different positions. Curate some kind of running and shooting drill that also brings in an element of endurance, right? So a cardio driven running and shooting drill that's kind of nonstop. You get to a point of exhaustion. Some off the break stuff. And really what that means is just set up a target and get good at pulling up, from a starting position, pulling up and hitting that target. Ultimately, that's kind of the core principle of break shooting, is being able to get to from point A to B as fast as you can and be accurate. Yeah, one case. Again, I'm just going to go through the core fundamentals and get creative in as many different ways. Try to put myself in a bunch of different uncomfortable positions to gunfight from. You can really maximize a case of paint. Again, 250 shots with your left hand and 250 with your right hand. That's just one bag, and that's a workout right there too. We used to do that on Dynasty. Rusty introduced that right before World Cup. We do that at the end of our practices, and you'd be kind of cooked after even just that one bag. So one case is plenty. And yeah, 100%.
Yeah, you said it perfect. I think the only thing that I would add is just like, I really enjoy the wrap and go, using just a couple paintballs on your wrap, hit a target. That's another fun drill that you can incorporate. But you hit it on the head with the fundamentals. If you have that bag of paint, really dialing in those aspects of your game is going to not only help you, but the whole team when you're hitting those targets off the break and making those great shots from out of your bunker. If everyone's doing that and applying that kind of pressure to the game, you're going to see tremendous growth as a player and as an organization for everybody there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. We got Kalen from Inspired Paintball. He says, what jobs have you had outside of paintball, and what was your favorite or least favorite? What is your dream job if paintball didn't exist?
If paintball didn't exist, my dream job would be sweeping the moon. It gets dirty up there. Someone's got to go up there and make sure the moon's taken care of. So that would be dream job. And let's see, what jobs have I had outside of paintball? I did termite inspections, which is pretty fun, and then worked at a paintball store when I was younger, and worked at the paintball fields. That's kind of how I would get paint and get entry to play and save some money there. But yeah, I think that looking at houses, doing the structural inspections, I spent most of my 20s from like 21 to 31. I was doing that, and that was a really wild line of work, crawling under houses and doing stuff like that. So that's where I was at.
Nice. Yeah, man, I think I would want to be an astronomer for sure. Or like that would just be fascinating. Or some kind of teacher. I love teaching. That's a huge, huge part of what we do here in paintball. And I really do love it. I think teachers have the ability to have a profound impact on an individual, not just in teaching the content of whatever the classroom is or, sport, but just some kind of life theories too. You can really make a difference. I've had a lot of different teachers in different capacities, not necessarily a formal setting, but that have changed my life, and I think that's really important. So I think that'd be pretty cool.
Oh, I forgot to answer my favorite and least favorite portion. So my favorite aspect of like inspecting was being able to be out in the field, meet a bunch of people. Least favorite was almost getting like attacked by a homeless person. God bless them. They were probably looking for somewhere to stay, but they broke into the house and were like sleeping under the stairs. And I was inspecting the house and they thought that I broke in, so they came, they came out, and it was pretty active. It was pretty wild, but we're here.
Yeah. And now we're here. Yeah. You had a crazy story from one of those experiences.
Oh man. A couple of them, quite a few actually.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I had a job in a kitchen as a sous chef. I had a job at a smoothie place at the mall as well, cooking up smoothies.
Whip it.
I was the smoothie master. It was Maui Wowie was what the little smoothie stand was called. I'd make a bunch of little samples, go around, let people have them, let people enjoy taste, bring them on over, sell the smoothies. I was like a salesman too. It was a pretty great job. Pretty good. It was fun. A little Hawaiian shirt, it was cool.
Find you, you get to holla, you get to hang out.
Holla and hang. I think my favorite was definitely the the sous chef job though. That was cool. Just working in the kitchen.
That's
It was
rad.
just me and an older lady. And, again, she was a teacher to me, in that setting. She taught me a lot about the culinary arts and cooking, taught me a lot of different recipes that to this day I use and kind of implement and have twisted into my own version. It was really, really a lot of fun.
Cooking it's an art. It really is. To be good at cooking is such a difficult thing. There's so many different layers, literally, in making an item of food taste just exceptional.
100%. All right. Was that my question or yours? I think
that was, I believe,
mine.
yours. All right. Let's see. Okay, David. As a coach, how would you prepare for an event? And this is perfect for you. How many plays would you create, and what kind of plays? Snake side, D side, middle. Are you interested in individual playing time or just the best 5? And how flexible are you in your play calling? So there's quite a bit going on there, but essentially it's all about coaching.
I see it. Yeah. David, thanks for the question. It is a good question, but it's also hard to answer for me personally, because I do not have the way I coach Wrecking Crew is not the way that I coach the Misfits. I have a very curated regiment depending on the players that are within an organization. You need to know how to get the best out of a group that you have and out of each individual in that group. And each team kind of responds a little bit differently to stuff. So for me personally, I don't go in and say, okay, this is my formula and this is what we're going to do. Now, some basic things as far as preparing for an event. First, let's see where we're at fundamentally. Make sure that all of our fundamentals are up to par, and our players they know how to play certain bunkers, and their body positioning and mechanics are all good. Like that's, definitely want to make sure that you're prepared for that. It also depends on if you have a layout or not. If you have a layout, then it's just a ton of scrutinizing over all of the different shots, how to set traps, how to shoot people on the break, how to get into spots. If we do have a layout, I like to have the front players really work on gunfighting with a 2 on the other side that will be in a position that might be keeping them from getting into the snake or getting into the, deep down the Dorito side, so that they can build that muscle memory of isolating the one player that might be stopping you and getting comfortable at, putting somebody in and making your move. If it's a blind layout, then it's a little more difficult to do that. And I really focus things on team oriented type stuff. Like, okay, I really want us to focus on communication, or look, this point, you don't even need to tell the other team. You just tell your team this point, if you're scrimmaging this point, we're going to pretend that we're up 2 points and there's 3 minutes to go. So you guys are going to go to your primary spots. Nobody can move for the first 2 minutes. You work on that kind of stuff that teaches, some of the philosophy that hopefully your team is working on. As for being interested in individual playing time, or is it just the best 5? It's always going to be the best 5. If I can, I want to give players opportunity, because the best 5 can change. It's the best 5 does change. It's a fluid thing. And so players will all get opportunity, but it's about the hot hand, and when a player gets hot, a coach needs to recognize that, and you keep that player in. And if there's a package that's working well together, you keep them in. How flexible am I play calling based on player feedback? That's an interesting one. Honestly, I prefer less player feedback, because I'm really attentive. I'm watching a lot of stuff. If I need to know something, I will ask a player for feedback. And I do that often. I definitely like to collect player feedback based on like something that maybe I missed, but it's a tough thing for a coach when all the players are coming into the pit offering all of this, all of these opinions and advice, and, oh, should we do this? It's a little overwhelming for any coach. Right. So, the motto is paint, air, clipboard. You come in, you listen for your name. If your name gets called, you'll come to the clipboard. If I personally need information from you, I will ask, and that does happen frequently. Right. But it's just the efficiency. You want to have a lot of efficiency in the pits. So
that's it.
Hopefully that answered, that question. Good
that was perfect. And David was also wondering about communication, what kind of things we're looking for. And we kind of went over that earlier is, the elimination count, where we're at, how many of our guys are still alive and where we're positioned, where they're at. And then how are you going to win? You got to have all those little details, and communication is absolutely one of the most important things out there. You got to be working on all of that as well.
Yeah, absolutely, brother. Um. All right. Let's see. My last question. Where was it? I saw a good question. Where was it? Oh gosh. I thought it was at the bottom.
Team Cash Money?
No. It was about building a team of retired players. Where is that? Oh, here it is. From Osborne for this, which is a great Discord name. All right. Both of you have to build a roster using only retired players. The players have the skills and abilities of their prime. The one thing I don't like about this question is no duplicates. Once a player is picked for one team, he is gone. So, like, he wants us to draft.
I go first.
Yeah.
All right. I got Ollie, Lasoya, Rocky Cagnoni. Let's see.
Let's just each pick 5. Yeah, we're just each gonna pick 5.
Okay, and then my final pick.
Hold on. So you have Oliver, Lasoya,
Rock
JR,
Dog,
Rock. One more.
Let's see. I got to go Cash Money. Todd Martinez.
Straight up. That's a good pick.
Anchor the whole ship.
Yeah. I love that. Okay. Who am I missing?
Good question, Osborne.
This is a great question. I love this question. Okay, so I've got Oliver, JR, and Lasoya. Those 3 you have to have in, but I my other 2 are definitely going to be different. And I'm just
Rocky is the vibe of all vibes. You know what I mean?
Yes, he is, dude. He's the vibe of all vibes. That's why that's a freaking tough one, man. Oh man.
I know it is really difficult.
I know. I feel like I'm missing like a really good Russian Legion player.
Don't sleep on like Saransky either, you know?
Yeah, straight up. I have
Monster.
Nikki Cuba.
Cuba.
I think I'm putting him in there. Yeah. So Oliver,
Yep.
JR, Nikki Cuba, Lasoya, and then Billy Wing is another one that I'm thinking of, to be honest. Billy was a damn sniper.
Nasty.
He was a sniper. He was so good. So you would have Oliver on the attack, Lasoya on the attack. Nikki. That's a lot of attackers. I need a Billy Wing.
Yep.
He could even go down that Doritos. Brandon Short.
Oh, Short Dog.
Shorty. We're bringing him back.
Dude, I think is he still coaching the
Shorty.
Saints?
I don't know. I saw him out there. Yeah, he was like doing something with them.
Yeah. I saw Kyle Spica was out there with the Saints coaching them or something.
Yeah,
I have no clue what's going on.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah. All right. Alex Cooper, March, what is a piece of gear that both of us loved growing up that is no longer being produced?
Probably the OG Sandanas.
Dang, yep.
Yeah,
sure.
like I know Sandana made a comeback, but I just feel like they're not quite the same like the old school pieces were, you know?
I mean, I'm probably gonna go with like the I don't know, the Ripper 2.5, one of those old Rippers that Bobby used to make that I was shooting when I was a kid. Those things are crazy.
Still want to use that.
I think they shoot phenomenal still this day.
That big block,
those
huge.
Blocks, those blocks
they
are
rock.
good.
Those blocks rock.
It is.
All right.
And it makes you strong, you know.
Okay. It makes you strong for sure. I'm gonna toss out another question too from Brian Catania. As 2 individuals who went pro at a young age, what was it like experiencing growing up while playing professional paintball? And how did your game change as you progressed through the most influential part of your life, late teens to mid 20s?
Honestly, it feels like 2 lifetimes ago. I still pinch myself like, what? How did this even happen? How did I start playing pro at the age I did, you know, with the players, and then looking at it in hindsight, like that was some of the most influential paintball ever being played on this planet, was right in our backyards. And then, you know, pockets across America, there's just super influential paintball being played. And we were so lucky to be able to have those gears in our wheelhouse. You know what I mean? Like, we were hardwired with some different gears that it makes it difficult to know how to play those styles if you've never been in those situations. And, you know, we're very fortunate that we've been able to play every facet of paintball, from the woods to hyperball, all the early incarnations of airball, all the different styles of airball. Shout out to Tom Colum, the UWL. I mean, the list goes on.
T. Cole and the UWL. Yep.
The list goes on and on. You know, we're just very lucky that we had those opportunities. And then, let's see, game change. I literally have metamorphosized from the shortest paintball player to the tallest paintball player all in one lifetime. I've had to relearn the game over and over and over and over again. And it's been the greatest experience of my life. I feel just tremendously grateful for paintball, for this community, and, you know, just to be able to have these opportunities to share the love of this game with everybody. It's profound.
Awesome answer, T. Absolutely.
Yeah, baby.
All right. Well, what do you say?
Well, I think we better get to Boston.
We got to get to Boston, dude. Absolutely. We got to get to Boston.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
This is great, brother. Man.
Yeah.
PTG World, we love you. Thank you.
We love you guys. Yep.
Have
100%.
a good night.
Love you all. And for all the, so Colt 45 will also be there. I know we're missing some of the Discord that's going to be at summer camp, but we'll see you guys. Can't wait to see you guys. It's going to be a great weekend. And
we can't wait.
Enjoy PTG. We will see you soon.
All right. Peace, Marchie.
Peace. All right, everybody. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and rocking with us. As always, if you would like, you could head over to ptgpaintball.com. You could watch and listen to all the episodes there. You could also become a supporter of the show. Click the Patreon link. Become a supporter at any level and get access to the Discord. The Discord is always popping. But if you want the premier channels in there and you want some amazing perks, then you got to become a GOAT. The GOATs are rocking. They love being GOATs. GOATs are the best. Really, really shows a lot of love and support for what we do, and we can't thank you guys enough. We're really appreciative of it, and our goal is to just keep rocking with you guys and bringing you guys the best content in paintball. All right, everybody, as always, we'll see you very soon.